You know, when we have the Israel Defense Forces, I always turn to my most trusted person to run this program. And so, even before I ask her, I know she'll do it, because this is something that is very, very, very dear and important to her, to us, to our family. It's about everything that we believe in, everything we hold dear. So I asked Betty, my dear wife Betty, to chair this program, and she did so beautifully with a wonderful committee, and I know she'll mention all the names of the committee people who really did an outstanding effort tonight to make this possible. But I want to introduce my dear wife, who I'm very, very proud of, who will introduce our program this evening. Betty Klein.
Warming up the crowd, you did a great job. First, let me thank everybody for your patience. I know waiting out there in the lobby got a little bit hairy for a while, but thank you very much. I promise it will be well worth your while. This turnout is extraordinary. It has far exceeded anything that we could have imagined, but we had hoped for. So welcome. Welcome to all of you. Before the IDF Air Force Musical Ensemble begins, I want to thank you all so much for your overwhelming response and support for the Friends of the Israel Defense Forces, the FIDF. Through its expanded range of social, educational, and recreational programs, this organization helps ease some of the daily tensions and burdens faced by soldiers on duty, their loved ones and families, as well as the families of those soldiers who have fallen in defense of our Jewish homeland. The Friends of the Israel Defense Forces provide support and comfort to the young men and women who, while continuing to pray for peace, must nonetheless shoulder the responsibility of protecting the State of Israel. The FIDF is not an arm of the military. It is rather, we call it the gentle hand that cares for Israel's combat soldiers. The FIDF has been able, through the generosity of people such as yourselves, to build, maintain, and operate modern, recreational, and therapeutic facilities throughout the State of Israel. There are so many people here this evening that worked hard to make this night a success. I wish to thank my committee. Without them, I could not have done this at all. Linda Altman, Randy Cohn, Rose Cohn, Steve Epstein, Andrea Gelb, Jim Gelb, Phyllis Goldberg, Joanne Hamrock, Beth Ann Moskowitz, Linda Rosen, Shelley Rosenblum, Mark Silver, Ellen Sussman, and Linda Zrib. The office staff helped. Paul Stone helped. He made sure our soldiers were well fed tonight when they arrived. Our custodial staff, none of this would have happened without them. Saul Rosenberg, president of our congregation, and Liron Kreitman, the Long Island director of the FIDF. And of course, my husband, who's without his help and guidance, I could not have done this. All of these people were instrumental in making tonight a success. I'd like to ask you, first of all, cell phones on silent, very important. And at the conclusion of the program this evening, those of you who did not make reservations to attend the reception following the performance, please exit through the parking lot, the doors to my left. You go out there. Those of you who are staying for the reception, if you would please stay in your seats while we break down the chairs in the back for a little while before we go into the reception, that would be very helpful. Have your tickets handy so we know who's coming and who's not. And for that, I thank you. And now, with my absolute respect and admiration, I am so proud to present the Air Force Ensemble of the Israel Defense Forces.